Hello again and welcome back to Broforce Broview. Today we will be taking a look at Tank Bro. Tank Bro shoots out a massive rocket launcher. It might be a little bit wishful thinking, but I like to think that the rocket, or the explosion based on the rocket, has a little bit to do with that bug I found a couple of months ago with the grenades. Because it does have a very similar effect, the whole turning white into a big explosion. Although, it's probably more of an aesthetic thing than a mechanical thing, but a little bit of wishful thinking on my part. At the same time, I'm not exactly sure where Tank Bro is from. I kind of want to think Metal Slug, but I can't think specifically of a tank-based, like a tank-based blonde girl from that series. There probably is one, and I'm just not thinking about it, but... Anyway, let's go on. So, her shot is pretty limited in range, so you can see, but it does have a massive explosion. As a explosives user, she's pretty good against mechs, as she drops them out of the ground, or drops them out of the sky. And, as you can see, she's capable of taking out lots of things in just one shot. Against dogs, you don't really have to worry about the fact that your shot's not that... you don't really have to worry too much about the fact that your shot is not all that powerful or fast, because it is so powerful and so large you can hit a lot of enemies with it. You can one-shot dogs, and even one-shotting bigots. And I didn't even hit the thug. Like, that just hit the wall behind him. Like, so... as far as penetration goes, obviously an explosive doesn't penetrate. However, it hits so hard. And her ultimate is... she calls in a tank. And I messed that up. So, the tank drop is very similar to the mech drop. However, it can come in from the side. So, we're going to go in a little bit more for the tank. However, we're going to go ahead and use the tank's ultimate while we're here. So the tank's own ultimate is that it's a tank and it drives. So I'm going to take this up a little bit more to show it. Now, sometimes, for some reason, you get two fuel cans. Sometimes you get 3, not exactly sure why. But the ultimate, instead of hitting your Q, you actually double press in one of the directions. And you charge in like cavalry. Running over enemies, obviously, pretty devastating, because who likes getting run over by tanks? For its attack, it actually comes in 2 modes. The first one, which anybody who has any military experience is probably yelling at me that this is obviously not a tank, this is a howitzer. Because the angle of attack, it is definitely artillery. However, when you change it over, its other form is a standard tank. Now, one of the greatest things about this, well, that sucked, is that, plain and simple, because her ultimate is a drop, I can get in this, go pick up some bro, and then that bro can walk over and jump right in and have his own tank. So this ultimate can be shared amongst your bros. Of course, if you're not Tank Bro, you can't resummon it, but I mean, it's a tank. It's pretty good. against groups of runners, your attack is pretty short range, but it's huge. Shield bros don't stand a chance. Groups of enemies don't stand a chance. And she's an uppercut meleeist. She also has a drop where she'll pound somebody with her rocket launcher if she melees in air, similar to the Brominator with his Gatling gun. As a digger, I mean, giant rocket. It hits above, below, and around. Her tank drop has a shockwave on it. And plain and simple, her tank is a tank and can go in as a tank. In howitzer mode, the tank has a line shot, can be used to dig. And you can actually just go over things. In actual tank mode, her shot does have a penetration factor and a pretty big explosion on its own. It does take a couple of seconds to shoot the tank, however, so if you are going to try to jump shoot, you're actually going to want to prime the tank and then jump. And that is, of course, a pretty tricky thing to do. The tank cannot go up stairs. It can't go up ladders, although it does have a pretty nice jump built in. So for smaller things, you can jump over, and indestructible things, you can just go right through. Imagine this on one of the alien levels with the spikes. You're just like, nope, don't give a fuck, just driving through. I actually haven't tried that theory. I'm about to go try that theory now, because I don't think spikes will hurt you while you're in this. They might, but I don't think they will. Anyway, I think that's pretty much everything about her. She's really fun, really interesting. It does suck that her range is so short. However, you can see why they would do that. She is a character who you drop in a... Like, you take this to a boss fight, and the boss is dead. Like, you drop a couple of rounds into a boss, and she's gone. She is definitely suitable for the role of a boss killer or a level destroyer. Anyway, I hope you had fun. I hope this was informative, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment box below. Have a wonderful day.